Hi, this is Dan Mondello from SearchSoftwareQuality.com. I'm here speaking with Matt Heusser. How are you today, Matt? What is most exciting here at STPcon 2009 in Boston?
Well, something that really impressed me, that surprised me, picked a keynote speaker who wasn't a professional tester, which is usually a dicey situation. You know, they're trying to make analogies, things like that. But it actually turned out to be an astronaut, Mike Mullaney, who was in the same class with the astronauts that perished in the Challenger disaster. And he talked through all of the things that went wrong leading up to the Challenger disaster. It turns out there was a significant amount of documentation that there were problems. You know, I think it was mission 14. But because it had worked in the past, people took shortcuts and got away with it, the complaints were largely ignored. Also because of schedule and budget pressures, which, you know, we never have in software testing or software development. So it turns out NASA had committed to 26 space shuttle missions a year to Congress. It's very hard to ground the fleet and try to figure out what's going on with this thing that someone in the back is worried about when you promise the American people to launch every 2 weeks. So the analogy there was clean, crisp, obvious, and there are a lot of good takeaways.
If I could catch you a little off guard, yesterday I attended a conference with you, or a session rather, on innovation and performance testing. What were your impressions of that? Did you find anything useful or beneficial out of that discussion?
Well, it's really tough when you say, what's a real innovation? Because you can always go back to Ecclesiastes and say, there's nothing new under the sun. Right? Solomon said that 4,000 years ago. And anytime you say, well, we did this, someone else can come alongside and say, well, Jerry Weinberg did that in 1964 on Project Mercury. He probably did. He was a really innovative guy. But I don't really care if I haven't done it yet, because then it's new for me and we can piggyback on those ideas. So I might have positioned the workshop a little bit differently, but I think it was a good workshop.
Excellent. What's your overall impression, or what do you look forward to in the remaining 2 days, or day and a half, really?
Well, I'm going to spend the next day and a half mostly speaking, so I'm looking forward to having that done. Hopefully having an audience that learns a few things.
Could you give us a little insight into what you plan to speak about this afternoon?
Well, I'll tell you, it's really interesting. The last company I worked for, which is a great company, is an insurance company in the Midwest, and they had 600 employees. Now, we've got the conference is down, everybody is down, economic times are tough, everyone's trying to save money. What I found odd was here you have this company where all 600 employees drive maybe an hour each way every single day to this campus to work together. It's an insurance company. The two big expenses are IT, which that work can be done from anywhere, and customer service. And thanks to call routing and voice over IP, that work can be done anywhere. You've got claims that come in electronically and payments that go out electronically, and processing in the middle. Members that renew electronically. What do you have to be in an office for? I think the big reason is because 100 years ago, if you're a big company, you know, you had an oil well or maybe you had a coal mine and you had to be right next to a train track and you simply had to come into the office to do the work. It wasn't possible otherwise. So the main reason of that is historical accident. I work at a company, Social Text, was founded on the idea of maybe we could run a company better than historical accidents. Maybe if those 600 people weren't driving to work every day, it's somewhere between 600 and 1,000 gallons of petrol fuel. Global warming, climate change, fossil fuels are running out, and we're driving to work, waste. Our lives are spent in cars. Maybe we could do things a little differently. So not only is the entire development staff physically distributed, but we build tools to enable other companies to do that. And let's talk about how we do it. And we use our tools to build our tools. So it should be interesting talk.
Sounds great, Matt. Thanks a lot.